wiping my tears, and said, "You know what's great about free lunches, though? I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want with it." Hello everyone, and welcome to Ruff Knowledge, the channel that's dedicated to help you learn, plan, and grow your awareness and outlook on life. I'm your host, Professor Ruff, and today we'll be starting a new series of how-to videos on Democracy 3. In our first episode, we'll be asking the question, how to make socialists happier in Democracy 3, and what are the best policies that you will want to add to your arsenal of knowledge. Please know, each of these policies that are chosen for this list are simply opinions and are not in any particular order. They're based on a combination of research and personal experience. These policies should be used on a base-to-base basis. However, for the most part, they focus on positive effects for socialist happiness. If there are any other socialistic policies I've missed, or ones you feel might have a greater effect in Democracy 3, please let me know in the comments section below. With that being said, let's get started.
You know, sometimes I amaze even myself.
In a nation of Democracy 3, suffering with poverty is a huge issue we all would like to solve. For socialists, ideal action has immediate results. A fast, effective policy you should put in place is food stamps. This increases poor earnings, health, farmers' income, and equality as a whole, while also decreasing poverty, increasing happiness for the poor, socialists, and farmers. We're seen as a more compassionate leader, and the implementation time is about 2 quarters. Now, I know food stamps have their flaws. In fact, I have a friend who works over at our local grocery store. He works as a cash receiver. He told me of a customer with a family of 4, and noticed while scanning their groceries, they had picked out fruits, veggies, some pastas, ingredients for soups, stews, and lastly, a few steaks and lobster tails. The total came out to about $150 and some change, for what seemed to be about a week or so worth of food. The parents pulled out their EBT card for their payment, and a larger gentleman behind them started to grow a bit of a scowl. After the family had left, my friend began scanning the gentleman's groceries, consisting of frozen pizzas, soda, a few TV dinners, ice cream, and a few bags of chips. The customer leaned toward my friend with that same stiff expression and said, "I cannot believe people like that actually exist." My friend, confused by this man's frustration, asked him what he meant. The man said, "People out here using food stamps, abusing the system to eat like kings." My friend, still perplexed by this gentleman's frustration, scanning the last of his frozen $1 burritos, and states his total to be $104.48. The man nods, disgruntled, pulling out his wallet, and proceeds to pay with his EBT card. So yeah, food stamps have flaws, but who the fuck are we to say what we should or shouldn't buy on food stamps?
Them gains right there, man! All kinds of gains. Them gains! You're making all kinds of gains.
Another great policy to incorporate to make socialists happier would be free school meals. This makes happiness increase for socialists, the poor, and parents, while also increasing health, parent membership, and poor earnings. This also decreases poverty and obesity in Democracy 3. When I was younger, I had free school meals, and at my school, they had certain specific meals every day that were free, and if you wanted extras or something different, you had to pay it out of pocket. Today was a special day though, because it was Nacho Friday. Now, mind you, not many people liked them, but still, I was excited to have them. I told my friend in line about my excitement, and he gave me this disgusted face and said,
"Ew, that shit? That dog puke is only there for poor losers who can't eat real food."
I was a little pissed after he said this, but I let it slide because I was hungry to eat, to be honest. So I got my nachos with some beef toppings, jalapenos, cheese, and placed my tray on the corner of the table we were all sitting at. I lifted my leg over the bench and I accidentally slipped my hand off the corner of my tray, flinging my nachos into my lap. All my friends started laughing, and then the whole cafeteria. But no one laughed more loudly than my good buddy in line did. He says to me,
"That's what happens when you eat free dog shit. It gets stuck in your jeans."
I was bawling my eyes out, filled with tears. My jeans were covered in cheese, and as I looked down at the last of the nachos I'd saved, I'd lost my entire appetite. I looked up to my friend, wiping my tears, and said, "You know what's great about free lunches, though? I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want with it." And I slammed the rest of the nachos on top of his head. Introducing legal aid as a policy or increasing the funding for it will allow your citizens charged with crimes to be given legit help legally and not just a pack of cheese crackers and a clown as your attorney. This increases happiness for liberals, the poor, and socialists while increasing equality and poor earnings. I remember one time being convicted of stealing Magic the Gathering cards. The metal detectors went off, and security guards stopped me and saw that I had an open pack, caught red-handed with the box wide open. They sat me down and talked about the seriousness of this issue and how my parents would need to deal with this by paying a huge fine or the company would take us to court. My father was unfazed and basically told them to fuck off, and we'd see them there. Fuck you! A few days passed, and on the day of court, we were provided with a legal aid attorney. The attorney went up to me and said, "We had a good case, but it won't be easy." Right at this moment, the judge came bursting in and said that the case was dismissed. I was so elated and relieved, I asked, "Gugu Gaga?" And he responded, "Exactly. It's 'cause you're fucking 3 years old."
Bruh.
Just do whatever you want. Last on this list of policies that will make socialists happier are youth club subsidies, having taxpayers deal with their kids by giving them a place either to draw messed up horror stuff, play card games of satanic monsters, or do backflips over burning pits of fire. These clubs of trials will teach kids to stay off the streets and avoid joining terrible gangs. This increases happiness in parents, socialists, and the youth, while also increasing youth income and decreasing crime. At the youth center I attended, we had a lot of different clubs we could participate in. Sports, art, music. But one that wasn't there was anything in gaming. I spent a lot of my time playing video games, and I'm a big fan of classic gaming. I ended up meeting a friend there, and together we put a room filled with an SNES, a Sega Genesis, a Dreamcast, an N64, and a whole bunch of games that we had both collected. The next few days passed of just my friend and I playing by ourselves. A few more days passed, and then it was just me, all by myself. I felt so stupid, like I had no reason to even try to put this club together. I decided to leave early one day and ended up walking past another room. It was called the Pong Club. I could see the room being filled to the brim, surrounded by people cheering and screaming, having a wonderful time. I walked in and saw my friend with a bunch of people around an Atari playing Pong. I couldn't understand it. I walked up to my friend and said, "What's going on? Why is everyone so excited to play Pong?" And he said, "Nobody cares about Pong, dude, but I did just win $20 from everyone's lunch money." And I said, "That's terrible. Where do I sign up?" Some other quick, effective ways to increase socialist happiness in Democracy 3 would be by reducing poverty, unemployment, or increasing equality and taxes, which I might cover in other specific videos. I appreciate you for checking out this quick how-to guide on Democracy 3 and for listening to my funny little stories. Make sure to comment below about any other policies or tips you might find helpful for others to raise happiness of socialists in Democracy 3. Don't forget to like or dislike the episode and to subscribe for updates on the show. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode of Ruff Knowledge.